Hey, Harley people, I already did a video once on kind of like cleaning out my fuse box, but before, when I did it, I just pulled the fuses out, checked them, and then put a little dielectric grease on it. Then I ordered, after doing more research, I ordered some of this protectant cleaner. Now, I've already sprayed it with electronic cleaner, and it evaporates. And I did a little video that I may slide in here where I showed the difference between these two. Okay, so I did this little experiment here. This is contact cleaner and protectant. It costs more than just the contact cleaner. So I said, I wonder if there's a big difference. So I'm going to squirt this side with just contact cleaner, and it's going to disappear and evaporate. I'm going to squirt this side with the contact cleaner and protectant and see if there's any difference. As you can tell for that, but I think you can tell you get a little bit more protection because it leaves a silicone coat. But the green can, which just came in, is a protectant, and I have not done it on that. So I figured I would go over this video again. And the last time I didn't really show that I was scrubbing it, and I've already pretty much cleaned. All my stuff is good. I could leave it alone right now, it'd be fine. But I figured I would go ahead and do this video for the complete process. So, first thing you want to do, take a picture. Take a picture so you know where the things go and where it comes back. I already have a picture in here. So now I know when I pull all these out. Now some people will say pull one out and clean it. I didn't want to put the cleaner in there while all my other fuses and relays are in there. So what am I going to do? I'm going to pull out all my relay and fuses and I'm going to set them down on something else. So let's set them down on this little tray. And I don't even know if you guys can see that tray or not, but that's where I'm going to set them down. So now when you pull out this main fuse, this is the main fuse and the alarm is on right now. Some people say you should disable the alarm. I don't know whether it makes a difference. On Harleys, if I turn my key on and the key fob is there, it disables the security system and I pull this out. I've pulled this out without doing that and nothing happens. But I think Harley says turn your key on, let your security system undo it, and then pull out the main fuse. So I'm going to lay the main fuse down. Now there should be no power to anything. And I'm just going to pull all these relays. Oh shit, hopefully I didn't break that. And we've got all those out. Now I'll pull out all these little fuses. These two are spares. So I'm going to set them down in a certain area so I kind of know. This I just put in there. I don't know how my fuel pump was working. It says there's supposed to be a fuel pump in there with that, in that spot, and I didn't have that. And my fuel pump was working, so I'm not sure what the hell that was. But according to the manual I read, I was supposed to have a 2 amp fuse in there, so I went ahead and put a 2 amp fuse in there. So basically I'm just pulling out my entire fuse system here. And they come out a lot easier because I grease them up, but they're still in there pretty tight, which is good, which is what I want. So this is, if you've never cleaned your fuse box, this is probably the way to do it. And again, if your thing's only a year or two old, I probably wouldn't sweat it. This thing's a 2013. It didn't have a box cover, so I've already sprayed it down with this, and I blew it out with an air hose. And then, after you get that, you get all your fuses and you look at them for any type of corrosion. And you can kind of see maybe a little bit. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's got a little discoloration. I use this 4-aught steel wool. Some other people said you can use a stainless steel brush and just brush them down. I'll do this side with the stainless steel brush, and then I'll do the other side. And again, you're not pressing hard, you're not trying to bend it, you're not trying to take away material. So I said, did this side with a stainless steel brush, I'll do the other side with my 4-aught. I like the 4-aught because I can control the pressure a little bit better, and I know exactly what I'm taking off. To me, I can just feel it better. Okay, so that is the 4-aught side, and that was the stainless steel brush side. And I don't even know if you can tell the difference. And then, of course, you want to, after you clean that, you want to wipe it down. I thought I planed everything, but you never plan everything like you're supposed to. You want to wipe it down to get off whatever you shaved off or whatever. And I've already done this to all mine. And I got a little bit of dirt, which tells me either my steel wool was dirty or there was a little bit of material on here because it had some steel wool on here. And then take your little dielectric grease, and I just make it enough to where I can just feel a little tacky. I don't gob it on. And now I know it's got a good coating of grease. And you do that to every fuse that you have. And all the relays too. I did the same thing with the relays. I polished them and put some of that grease on there. But now that I have this whole thing out, the first time I did this, because it was dirty, I used this, and I got the air hose and I blew it out. And that way it dried quick. But now, since I ordered this protectant, and I think this protectant works better because of the little video I either slid in here or I'll slide in at the end. This protectant puts a little silicone coat on all your contacts, interior, that I can't get to. So that's why I wanted to spray it down with this. So I'm just going to spray down my whole box with this. And I'm going to let that get good and dry. And it evaporates pretty quick. If I wanted to blow this off, I could. But because I've done this like a week ago, and I used this and I sprayed it out, there's no reason for me to blow it out. I think it's pretty clean, and this would work just fine. But when I did my own little test and saw that the nice coating this leaves on it for a non-corrosive coating, I like it. Now there's another brand that everybody told me was a lot better. It comes in a black can and people use it on stereo equipment, and people just seem to brag on it. This looks like it was the same thing. I'll try to slide in a picture of that other brand that seems people rave about it. And but I thought this was just as good. I use CRC a lot, so I was okay with that. I'm not getting sponsored. I don't buy. I don't get any money, whatever. So I've got all that in there, and I can tell on the outside here that it's pretty dry, and I can see that it's not leaving any coating. And now I'm ready to put my fuses back in. And I'm going to put the last one in first. I already coated these, so I already know. Got to put it in the right way. I remember that. I don't have to look at the picture for that. And I think there's a 30 at the bottom here, so I don't have to look at a picture for that. Okay. Now I'll get my picture up. And we'll blow that up so I can see what the hell I'm looking at. So I know I got 2 across at the top of my 15 amps and 1 at the very top over here. And again, if this was the first time, I would have polished each of these with the steel wool, the 4-aught, or the stainless steel brush, and then I would have put the silicone grease on it, which I've already done. Some people would say you should disconnect your battery before you do this. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. It hasn't shocked or blown up on me yet. This is the big one, I think, that goes right here. And then this one goes, oh, hang on. I need 4 on this side right here. I don't know if you can see that. I got 4 lined up on this side, on top of the yellow. So I'm going to put those 4 there first before I put that other relay in. Remember, all these have already been done with the protectant coating of dielectric grease. Damn, I'm missing. Oh shit, that one that fell. So because that fell, I'm going to go ahead and wipe that off. because I don't want to get any dirt or anything in there while I'm wiping off. Another good thing about cleaning these is when I wipe them off and clean them, I can tell if there's any brown, burnt spots, etc., and what the condition is. And I'll go ahead and put a little grease on these 4 prongs. Because it fell again, that's the only reason I'm redoing this one. I've already done it. And then that one goes right down there at the bottom. It's equal right here because I'm looking at my picture and these are equal. Where else do I need to go? I need 2 doubles right here on 15, 2 rows of these 2 15s. I know you guys, I know what you guys will do. Some of you guys will go back and be like, man, I don't think that you put that in right. That's all right, whatever. Clean that off. I dropped it. I mean, me dropping it probably isn't going to hurt anything. I just don't want to put any grime or dirt. I just cleaned it. I just made it set right. So I want them going in there nice and clean like they're supposed to be. Okay. Let's see if that's still, looks like it's supposed to look. Oh, I got a 30 missing. There's a blue and a down here. And the reason that's down there is this is a spare. So, and I went ahead and I coated my spares too, even though they're just sitting there. But it has a blue and a green spare at the bottom. The green is 30, the blue is 15. And now, you didn't see it, but I laid them all on something flat here, so I know that I only have 1 left. Wow, this thing doesn't want to roll down, does it? Huh. See, I only have 1 fuse left, so that way I know that. And I better get back up and line this up, because I just screwed that up. So you can't really see what the hell I'm doing. Okay? And now this is now this, because I'm giving back the main fuse, sometimes I'll hear a little sparkle. This is a 40 amp, so that little spark ain't gonna hurt it. I guess if I disconnected my battery to put this in, did I put grease on there? Yeah, I think I did. I can feel it, but I'll put a little more. I'm pretty sure I did. And so I just make sure once I put it in, I'm not jacking around and going slow. There we go. And that's cleaning your fuse box maintenance. I don't think you need to do this every year. I've got a cover that's ordered. But now I know all my contacts are clean. I know it's got a good protective coating of a little silicone, and I know all my fuses are, they don't have any burnt marks, they don't have any corrosion, they're put back in there and I'm good to go. So hopefully you guys will do that and it'll save you something on the highway. It's good to know how your fuses are, where they are, etc. We'll go ahead and I guess end that there on cleaning your fuse box on the Harley.